The Blackview Rock 2 Pro 5G is essentially the Swiss Army knife of smartphones. It's designed for those who find themselves in environments where a standard phone would simply give up. It balances extreme durability with modern AI-driven intelligence, making it a standout in the rugged market. Now, this isn't just a phone, it's pretty much a piece of field equipment. It's one of the first rugged devices to ship with Android 16 via DocOS 5.0. It targets outdoor enthusiasts, industrial workers, and emergency responders who need a device that can survive a drop onto concrete, a dip in the river, and still have enough battery to last a week-long trek without seeing a wall outlet. I ended up receiving this phone for my honest review and testing. Let's start with the unboxing first. Alright, so the first thing we get is their warranty card. Then look at this, we do have a wall adapter. This is probably the first phone I ended up picking up in 2026 and probably even 2025 that comes with the wall adapter. And it is 33 watts wall adapter. And then we also do have a cable, USB-C to USB-C. We have the strap. Seems like it's made from leather, really nice material. So you can put this on the phone and then open it up if you don't want to use it. And then if you want to use it, just put it back in. All right, let's check the phone. Now the phone is going to be pretty rugged. So it's definitely going to have quite a lot of thickness. The reason why that is, it does have a pretty huge battery, 15,000 milliamp. Alright, so here we go with the phone. It does have the screen protector already installed, so let's end up peeling this off. There we go. Now this is going to be 6.67-inch phone. I'm going to go over all the buttons and everything else once I do turn it on and set it up. Even though this phone is pretty thick, but I gotta say, I do love the design. The cameras look pretty cool. This is multi-AI camera. We do have these two neon green things here. I believe these are actually flashlights, at least from the pictures I've seen. And overall, pretty cool design. So let's end up turning this on and setting it up. Alright, so I just finished setting it up. It's pretty much like any Android phone. So this is going to be a fingerprint sensor. You can end up using that or using the face unlock. If you want to use either of those, you do have to set up some kind of other password, either letter or a number password. Now, here is where the SIM card is. So let me see if I can do this. So all you have to do is just use this little tab and then pull that out. Now with this, you can do 2 SIM cards or a combo of 1 SIM card, 1 TF card. Now right next to it, we do have a function button. Right now, it doesn't do anything, so I would assume in the settings you can set that up. This is going to be a shock proof, so you don't need any additional cases. This whole thing is pretty much a case. On the bottom is USB-C for charging. Again, you do need some sharp nails to open it up. And then we have the speaker here. We do have the little spot for that lanyard. And then on this side, it does say it is waterproof as well. So shockproof and waterproof. We do have power button and that fingerprint sensor, volume controls. And then on the back, we do have those cameras. We're going to talk a little bit more about that later. Now, here is how it looks once you do have it set up. This is the same screen. I didn't add anything else. Now, one of the things that I love right off the bat, it does support knock feature. Some of the other Androids that I end up using, you always have to press the power button every time you want to unlock it. This one also has raise to unlock, so let's turn it off. Let's see if it does work. Alright, let's go over all the apps. Now, if we pull from the left side, you're going to get the traditional Google thing. Every single Android phone has the same thing when you pull it to the left side. Now, here is the right side where all the apps are. And then here is the Now, right on the front, we do have a few different apps that I haven't used before, like Surfline. That's going to be a browser. We do have PubGames, SparkTube. Then we have the traditional Google Play Store, Meet, and all the Google apps here. Let's open up all the apps. We do have the AI Chat, Cold Room, which is some of the apps that I haven't used before. ImageX, again, I haven't used that one either. And here is the rest. Now, one of the cool apps is this tool bag. You have a few different things like, for example, compass, which is pretty cool. We also do have the alarm bell, sound meter, mirror, and we also do have the camp light. Now the camp light is where that flashlight's come in handy, so let's turn that on and look how bright this is. Super bright. And then you can also end up setting the timing on this when you want it to turn off. You can do SOS. Then you can pretty much do something like a strobe. All right, let's talk a little bit about the specs. There's some really good things. There's some not so good things. One of the things that I absolutely love is, of course, the storage. It does come with 256 gigabytes. When it comes to the CPU, it is Unisoc T8100. This is 8-core processor at 2.2 gigahertz. I did a little bit of research, and I do have a couple other phones that do use the CPU. It's basically a mid-range CPU. And for this kind of phone, that's pretty good. When it comes to the RAM, so we have 8 gigabytes of the regular RAM, then you can expand that all the way up to 24. So together, 32 gigabytes of RAM. When it comes to the cameras, we have rear 16 megapixel, front 30 megapixel. There's also some AI sensors on the back. Now, one of the things that's not so impressive about this phone is the screen resolution. So we have around 720p, but I know why they probably ended up doing this. As I said, this is going to be more of a survival phone. When you're in the middle of nowhere, you're not going to care about 1080p, 720p, or anything like that, as long as the screen looks good. And this one looks pretty good. Here is a little close up here. Keep in mind, it already has a screen protector installed. Now, as I said, the display is 6.78 inches. It also does have 120 Hz refresh rate. So even though the resolution is 720p, by having 120 Hz refresh rate is pretty amazing. It also has a glove mode 2.0, which allows you to operate the screen even with thick thermal or work gloves. Now, the star of the show is definitely that 15,000 milliamp battery. To put that in perspective, it's roughly 3 times the size of a standard flagship battery. It has the standby of up to 50 days, and it charges with that 33 watts fast charging Type-C, which does come inside the box. It also supports 5 watts reverse charging, allowing it to act as a power bank for your earbuds or a friend's dying phone. Now, unlike most of the other phones in this budget range, especially the rugged ones, this one has the Gemini AI integration. So the Blackview has leaned heavily into AI for 2026. The Rock 2 Pro comes with built-in AI system powered by Gemini AI, helping with real-time translation, image recognition in the field, and dock AI optimizations for battery and thermal management. So the Blackview Rock 2 Pro 5G is a specialized tool. It's undeniably heavy, approximately 558 grams, and bulky, so you won't be slipping into skinny jeans anytime soon. However, if your lifestyle involves construction sites, backcountry hiking, or you simply have a habit of destroying fragile electronics, this is one of the most capable devices on the market. With Android 16, Gemini AI, and enough battery to outlast a minor power outage, it is future-proof investment for anyone who values reliability over aesthetics. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.